Langu ni fupi sana, to be short, because I am the host by virtue of the fact that this forest is under my docket, under KFS, and really, really gives me a lot of pleasure. It's the greatest day today in history. And I believe that this is probably the first ever in Kenya, probably in Africa and in the world, where sport, culture, and heritage interface with environment. This is the first, I can tell you this. An interface with forest and climate change. So today, really, my sister CS, and you know we have spoken about this for long. This should mark the beginning of our continued engagement to ensure that our sportsmen and women have a clean, a secure and healthy environment to practice and to do their trade. Whether you're talking about safari rally, you're talking about athletics, you're talking about football, any sport, you need a clean and healthy environment for you to continue excelling. Let me thank also the organizers for coming up with this brilliant idea. And choosing Kakamega Forest as your first site. I know you have a plan to roll out into many other areas. Kakamega Forest is unique. I'm sure you know it. This is your home as well, as I know. So it's a unique and special ecosystem. It has its own challenges, and we will be discussing at length and probably explore possibilities of a more structured engagement between your ministry, the various components of your ministry. We're just discussing, Cabinet Secretary, with the community, an eco lodge they try to start, so that we must promote livelihoods without taking on board communities, promoting their culture, promoting their livelihoods. Conservation will be an exercise in futility. So how we can integrate conservation and culture, conservation and climate change and so on. So thank you very much for today. And I thank the children, the teachers. I was amazed by how much they know, how much they have been taught, how much they have taught they have been taught by their parents, and how much they have taught their parents themselves about the importance of conserving trees. So as the Mzee said, today is not a day for so many long speeches. Mine is just to say thank you very much. You have our fullest support. Adopt this forest. I challenge you. I challenge you. This is probably the only one. I think the residual, the remaining rainforest, I think the only one, tropical rainforest, indigenous in Kenya. Why not? Make it the centerpiece of your rally. Invest in communities. And thank you very much. I'm sure we will be planting trees.
So let me begin, ladies and gentlemen, by telling you about the Safari Rally and why we're here. So thank you very, very much for being here and supporting this project. It's a WRC Safari Rally Greening Legacy project. It's an environmental conservation project, and it's aimed at planting 18 million trees over the next 3 years. And the idea is to commemorate the 18 years that the Safari Rally was out of the World Rally Championship circuit. This year, our plan is to plant 6 million trees. We have so far planted 653,000, CS Tobiko, in partnership with Save Our Rivers initiative. We hope to plant at least 1 million trees in Kisumu and in Kakamega this time around. We are targeting also, Tress Tobiko and PS and all our friends that are here, parts of our wetlands affected by deforestation, traditional safari rally routes, and the spectator stage at the Moi International Sports Center in Kasarani. The project is driven by a multi-agency operation team in partnership with the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, the Kenya Forest Service, Kenya Wildlife Service, and Save Our Rivers initiative. But we're also targeting many community-based partners because, as you said, we can't do this without the communities that live around and in the forests. The partnership and ownership of this project at the community level has guaranteed survival rates of above 90% of the trees that we have planted in this first year. And that has made this project both effective and sustainable. The production and operation of automobiles has a substantial effect on the environment, and I think that we all know that. The world has produced 60.5 million cars this year. Just imagine that. 60.5 million cars. This number will increase to 67 million in the next maybe 1 year to 2 years. 2 new vehicles enter the roads every second. Every second we count 2 new vehicles. By 2030, this number will have risen to 4 vehicles every second. Most automobile production companies have adopted a consensus model through efficient manufacturing to reduce their carbon footprint. Let me also say that this Safari Rally greening project joins the FIA WRC family's model of giving back to nature. That's one of the models that they have, and we decided that our legacy project will be part of that. Our target is to create a safari forest at the Moi International Sports Center, and Tress Tobiko will be inviting you as we begin that process. We'll plant also trees in Kilifi, in Mombasa, in Kwale, in Taita Taveta, in Machakos, Makueni, Murang'a, Meru, Nyeri, Embu, Kirinyaga, Kiambu, Kajiado, Laikipia, Isiolo, Narok, Nakuru, and Nairobi counties. We have added the Kakamega rainforest deliberately because, again, of the centrality of this forest to conservation in our country. So let me conclude because I think that we need to do what we came here to do. I want to welcome you to follow the Safari Rally action in conclusion. It returns to our country for the first time in 19 years on the 24th to the 27th of June this year. You can watch the action on KBC, our national broadcast partner, or listen in at Capital FM, our official radio partner, joining 850 million others around the world who will be following action through WRC, the WRC television. The rally is a core part of our national heritage. It will inject approximately 6 billion into our economy and provide thousands of people with sources of livelihood for the next 3 years and beyond. So let me again bring us back to conservation, the importance of conservation. Actually, the only 2 initiatives that we have, as Phineas would confirm, is the greening one and the road safety one. The greening one, I think, is one that is for posterity. The road safety one is to save lives so that we don't continue losing as many lives as we do on our roads. So let me thank you again very much for being here. I will ask, I think, Tress Tobiko and others to now lead us into the planting ceremony and the growing ceremony, right? Yeah. And thank all our young people for being here.